It is perhaps the best home field advantage in all of football, and certainly the loudest, as we welcome you inside Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Denver Broncos and the Kansas City Chiefs. Taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble, bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27.
At their own 27-yard line.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to keep it here. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. They'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on third down.
And it's third down.
From the gun, it's Locke. He'll find Lindsey here. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Locke working out of the gun. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Locke. Screen pass to Lindsey. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them. Ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
And this now 3rd and 11 after that second down completion actually went back a yard. Again, they'll throw with Locke. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down. Again, it's Locke. This is Hamler on the receiving end. And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And inches.
This will be play number 9 coming up on this relatively long opening drive as they look to convert on 3rd down. Shotgun snap to Locke. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Lindsey. Oh, now Lindsey lost the football, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
This is really, really difficult for teams to coach because you love the extra effort, right? When he break a couple of tackles, I mean, he was really trying to gain the extra yardage, but you also have to have an idea that people are going to come up behind you from the side trying to take care of the ball while you're trying to get extra effort. Sometimes you have to know when to say when and maybe just go down.
Pass, it's taken in by Hill, and he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. They'll run it for the first time with Williams. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down. Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on first down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they've got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this moving.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes. That one complete to Hill. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
They'll get 13 yards for the second play in a row. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all this stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard. Here's Edwards-Helaire. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, his second touchdown on the season. And the Chiefs are going to take a first quarter lead. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they felt they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. Oh, this crowd does not like that call.
Understandable reaction from them. That's their team that the penalty's going against. But you and I both know they're going to take care of the quarterback.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Now Locke. Escaping the pressure right. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
You mean it wasn't a linebacker? It wasn't a defensive end?
It was somebody like you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's a surprise for the offense. That's not what they normally get when they think about pressure.
Locke throwing complete here to Judy, and able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 23 yards the pickup there.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Locke going to throw. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. The D-tackle Sheldon Richardson came barreling in for the sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Another try after the first down sack. Lock. Man open. He's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 24-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards.
Broncos.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2. And it brings up second down.
Down at the 22-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Chiefs 7, Broncos nothing.
Eight yards to go on second down. They fake the handoff. Now Lock going for it all. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Albert Okuebuna, his first touchdown on the year. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the football game. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2.
Game at 7. Brandon McManus to kick off.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. A good balance attack for that last touchdown drive they had. Now it's time to see if they can do that again.
It really becomes a tale of two play callers, doesn't it? The offensive guy, he's in sync. Everything is working pretty well. For the defensive
what's going on the defensive side?
That's a tough one because he's prepped all week as well, and he can't get a bead on exactly what they're doing right now. What he needs is one of his guys just to make a big play and disrupt things.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Mahomes now to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. His favorite target, Travis Kelce, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Working from the gun, Mahomes taking a deep shot here for Hardman. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Mecole Hardman, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Chiefs have taken the lead.
On for the point after.
Well, that's a heck of a response to regain the lead after we had seen the touchdown to tie the game.
I would say what we just saw there was a great amount of poise, because typically when teams tie the game up, it's a little bit of a, how would you say, you kind of take a step back and have to get yourself regrouped. They regrouped in a hurry, didn't they? They attacked back after they'd been tied.
And in a big way, that was a statement-long touchdown.
K.J. Hamler on the return. The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number one goal? Make the playoffs. Number two, win your division. Number three, and I think the biggest goal of all.
In a double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ron Thornhill. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe. He has just been alone for opposing offenses to account for now. 8 interceptions on the year.
I love that number because I always think of center field. You know, when I hear 8, because that's the position you write in the scorecard in baseball. And what do good center fielders do? Take away all the alleys, right? They range deep and make a whole lot of great catches.
And he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee? Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far. But on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. They'll run. It's Edwards-Helaire. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, got to make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on third down. From midfield, here's Mahomes. And that is incomplete.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and it'll be 1st and 10 Broncos from deep in their own territory. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Now a handoff looking right. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back.
They're looking for Judy, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Duron Harmon, and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Those free safeties, they get to sit back there if they've got good pass rushers like this team does. Read like a book. He read it like a book and took it in for 6.
And if they use their eyes well and their anticipation skills, they can make big plays, just as what we saw, a free safety's dream. Follow the football, go to it, and take it the other way.
It's good, and it is now 21-7.
Makes the score Chiefs 21. Broncos 7.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will make it into the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to...
And the Chiefs are going to get him. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. From the gun, Locke. Open man Hamler, that's complete. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. They'll give him 8 on the play, and they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Operating from the gun, Locke. No escape from Locke, and he'll go down.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. And here now the punter, Martin, booming this one away. We'll call that a 47-yard punt, a return of just 3. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
4-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's the first carry for Bo Scarborough. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
On 3rd down, here's Edwards-Helaire. And he's got enough for the 1st across midfield to the 48. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the 1st down marker was and getting there.
Mahomes now on 1st down. Steps away to his left. He's going to take off with it. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards.
On that play, as you saw the route start to develop downfield, I got the sense that maybe the run would set up for him. And he took full advantage of it and got a big gain on a busted play.
Now they'll run it with Scarborough. And he'll get a couple here down to the 22.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
After the turnover, here's Locke. Open man, he completes it to Judy. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. To throw again on 2nd down. Locke. That's going to be caught by Judy. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. On play action, Locke. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. To throw again, Locke. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking to get it to Phillip Lindsay there, but now it'll be 3rd down.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Here's Sam Martin now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Big hold of the 30, and it's complete. It's Damian Williams. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half.
He's checking, he's checking, he's checking.
Here's Mahomes to throw. That's complete to his running back, Taylor. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. So we have come to halftime in what's already a two-touchdown game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. This is Scarborough. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
3rd and 2.
Back to the mic. Hey, 43, 43, 15. Check 4, check 4.
Mahomes looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
A 40-yard punt, no return, and the Broncos take over, first down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And, Charles, they trail by a couple of scores, but if they could put a good drive together here, it'd go a long way toward getting them back in this football game.
And if you're looking at a checklist of things that they need to do in the second half, job number 1 was getting a stop, wasn't it? So, big check right there. Now they want to see if their offense can build on that momentum.
Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down. From the gun, it's Locke. Over the middle, complete to Judy. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's another first down as they look his way again, this time 19 yards.
And the Broncos first down.
Locke working out of the gun. He'll go up top here for Hamler. And all the way home for a Broncos score. KJ Hamler with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Broncos draw a bit closer. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive, and their lead cut in half by that touchdown a moment ago. They are up 7 as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. A good start to the drive. Here's that's caught out on the left side, and he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
good cover defensively as they get to him just beyond the 45 after the juke. Just 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 46-yard line.
They'll run here with Edwards-Helaire. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
Not the kind of gain that will go absolutely crazy for him, but it's the kind of gain that you need to have when you're running back in the NFL. And Clyde Edwards-Helaire, with that low center of gravity and strength, he's going to get those tough, gritty yards for you when necessary.
Mahomes looks to throw on 3rd down. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Von Miller, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Here's the Chiefs punter now as he's on here to punt it away. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Clock now to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down.
First down.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Jerry Jeudy, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the football game. The fly route works for the TD grab.
And you know what the receivers love to say? If we get even with the defender, we're leaving. And that's exactly what he did, all the way into the end zone. And then he was on the business end catching it once he got over the stripe.
Extra point from McManus is good. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21-all the score as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And their lead has evaporated in this 3rd quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. Completes it to Hardman. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. That catch good for only a couple.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
And partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
He is going to find Hill here. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Nice 3rd down conversion and even 20 yards.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
Push him back. Push him back.
Mahomes again here on 2nd and 10. got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 28. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Now a carry for Edwards-Helaire. And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well. That's on Kelechi Osemele, the guard. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. They run. This is Scarborough looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage.
He was brought down by
the All-Pro Von Miller there on the tackle.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 20.
Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
Now Mahomes on the bootleg. He'll buy some time right. And this is caught at the 8. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. Edwards-Helaire, they'll try to run for it. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave them with some options here on 4th and inches.
4th down and less than a yard.
Sherman, and he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. We're back now in KC. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. Field goal could get them the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. Now a toss play. This is Scarborough. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
How about that, partner? That happened in a hurry. Sudden, explosive, gets into the backfield, and spills the play.
And he was AFC Defensive Player of the Week last week because of plays just like that. Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. Now they'll throw with Mahomes. This will be caught at about the 5. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Bo Scarborough with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Chiefs have broken our tie as they take the lead. And it's good. That makes it a 28-21 game.
Makes the score Chiefs 28, Broncos 20.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. And here now a spin. And down to the 20. A big play there on the catch and run. 55 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
Throwing on first down is Locke. Flush to his right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
Throw right side is going to be caught by Judy. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Now Locke again. He dumps it underneath here to Lindsey. And he is going to be stopped at the 12, short of the first down. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
They'll try to run this one in. Able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop it right around the 1.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone trying his best to get there. In this game, so far, he's been denied.
On 2nd and goal, Locke. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. K.J. Hamler, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the football game.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31.
Well, I think after that run, the defense getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them? And do I have enough confidence to make a play?
56.
Now Scarborough. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Now Edwards-Helaire, and he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. They go play fake. Mahomes. And going deep for Hill. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Hey, 43, 15.
From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes gets this one to Hill. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. 63 yards receiving for him now, and that last catch good enough for a first down.
At the 49-yard line.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
56, Mike, 56, right there, 56.
And they give this time to the tailback. He fights forward for a couple with a penalty flag down. And the linemen, they're already walking back. So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Demario Davis there on the stop.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
They go play action. Now Mahomes. That one complete to Hill. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
From the gun, it's a run for Williams. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
On second down, a run with Edwards-Helaire. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on second down.
A gain of a yard brings up 3rd and 5.
They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on third down. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. And they're facing a big third down now in this tie ball game. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go.
It's 4th down.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This for the lead in the final stages. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the 4th, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they manage the clock exactly right.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Play action. Now it's Locke. Buying time to his left. He'll try and run it. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. Another first down there as this one goes for 25. Late in the game, defense trying to avoid a big play. He's able to work out of the passing game, turn it into a run, pick up the first, and stop the clock as well.
And you know in this situation, everything is sped up. The intensity, the thinking, everyone's movements. But for a quarterback, he has to continue to be what we call a flatliner. Level in everything he does and read the clock, feel it in the pocket, and go at the appropriate time.
And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
20-yard line.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Shotgun snap and a give to Lindsey. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Now on 3rd down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to tie things up in the final minute. And McManus able to put it through. And that will tie this game here in the final minute of play. Now, we knew this had the potential to be a tight game, but with less than 3 minutes to play, couldn't be any tighter. We're all tied.
All locked up, right? And this next drive is going to tell us everything we need to know about this game because I want to see how they come out with the football. Are they going to be aggressive and attack downfield? You still got the 2-minute warning to come up? Or are they going to be conservative and try and hold on and maybe just get to overtime?
22-yard line.
KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They'd like to avoid overtime here, so maybe they can work the sidelines, but then defensively, how do they adjust to that if they do work the sideline?
It's the old leverage game, and we usually talk about leverage at the line of scrimmage, right? Who's going to win with the low blocking and everything that goes along with that. But in this case, you're trying as a defender to leverage them towards the middle of the field, not let them get to the sidelines and try and tackle them inbounds in order to run the clock out.
Chess match here late. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line.
Intercepted by the Broncos. They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 48-yard line.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. After the turnover, here's Locke. Flushed out right. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. First throw of overtime for Mahomes. Sliding out of the pocket. Open man is Hill. He's got it. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. Little OT scramble drill that time, Mr. Davis.
And, partner, I can tell you from personal experience, nothing drives a defense crazier than having things covered and the quarterback takes off and picks up a first down or big yardage. Because whether you're in zone or man, it's easy to lose track of him because you don't always have someone assigned to him. And once he goes, now everybody's scrambling to try and tackle him.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Right back to Edwards-Helaire on first down. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
From the 35 on second down, Mahomes over the middle, complete. It's Williams. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 14. A gain there of 21 yards.
First and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Here's a first and 10 at the 14-yard line. And he'll give it here to his running back. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys, poking, clawing, breaking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. This will be caught just inside the 10. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards.
I think that should have been chalked up as a winning play for the defense, and they somehow beat it, didn't they? Right-handed quarterback flushed to his left, yet he finds his tight end on the left side of the field. That's a tough throw. What a great completion.
Hoping to keep this OT drive alive. Now they face a 3rd and 2. And they give this time to the tailback. Oh, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down at a yard.
Brings up 4th down and 1.
So a big move here, playing to win in overtime. They're going to go for it on 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Mahomes, eluding the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. A gigantic call there in overtime, but it pays off with a first down. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced the ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. Now here's Mahomes. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. It's a foot race. He's at the 50, the 30, the 20.
You know they pay me extra.
And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown.
Our final score.
Still catching our breaths from that electric finish. You get in overtime, that's one thing. It was a great 4 quarters. But then in OT, not only to win it, but to win it on a defensive score. Wow.
Oh, definitely. And I think from now on, we're going to definitely travel someone who can help us, because I thought I was going to pass out at the end. Not just getting to the overtime, but the plays in overtime that led to this one, and to finish it on a defensive touchdown, a takeaway that gets into the end zone. I'm not rooting for anyone, but boy, I'd love to see games finish that way.
So for Denver, they just keep on rolling as they move to 9-2 with a win here.
And they'll get another road date next week when they take on Washington.
Meanwhile, for the Chiefs, it's a loss that sets them back in their playoff push as they fall to 6-5. And they'll be back home next week as they're set to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.